Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the experience with the Vuyo, and to those who are seeing me for the first time, I am Vuyo. Before we continue with our video today, I'd just like to appreciate the scientists for their merchandise. This is a t-shirt I purchased, underline purchased, from the scientist. This is how it looks like, but I have a jersey on because it's quite chilly today. Anyway, if you do want a t-shirt like this or any other kind from the scientist, I will leave their link on the description box. So let's get into today's video. Today I do have a story time for you of how I had the corona and no one knew about it except my friend at the time. So what happened was normally when COVID hit, no one was practically allowed to go anywhere, so I was basically home most of the time. If I did leave the house, I'd go chill with my friend at the mountain. There's a mountain close by where I live, but not too close. Not too close from home. Anyway, we used to relax on that mountain practically daily because there was really nothing much to do. There was nowhere you could go. The only thing you could do was probably just go to the shop, get whatever you need, and go back home. And where I live, my family was quite scared of COVID-19, which is understandable because this thing came and almost wiped the whole world clean. There was a point in my life I was convinced the world is coming to an end. I would pray like 3 times a day, trying to repent just in case I die. Well, that is not a joke, I'm very serious. Anyway, moving on. So I never used to do much. I never used to have any contact much with other people that maybe I didn't know where they're from, what they've been doing, what they've been touching. I wasn't much into the sanitizing and the masks. I do it, just not as often as they had encouraged us to do, which is not a problem because I wasn't really going anywhere. Anyway, whatever the case was, this particular day we were chilling in the mountain, and then after a couple of minutes my friends asked me like, dude, like, did you bathe in your cologne today? And I asked her like, what do you mean? She said, I've been thinking that maybe it's because you've just been from taking a shower or something, but today is too strong. And I'm standing there like, dude, why are you bothered? I mean, come on, you know I love my cologne, but then you're exaggerating, you're dramatic. So my friend is like, cool, never mind, whatever. We continue with our day because normally we just chill there, enjoy the place. It's very nice. I wish I could put up pictures for you guys. It's very nice, just relaxing there. We play music, eat. I love food. She loves food, so we just eat practically all day. Anyway, so this time she came with something in like a lunch tin, and then I enjoy meat a lot. So she brings me this meat and then I eat this meat. As I'm eating in my head, I'm wondering, did she miss the salt today? What was going on with the taste? But then I didn't say much. I just passed a comment like, today what happened with salt? I mean, you know I love salt. Like, what's going on? She says, there's a lot of salt in this thing. In actual fact, I think it's just too salty. I'm like, okay. So I don't really think much about it because in my head, it can't be corona, right? Right. So anyway, the day goes by, we're having a bit of snacks here and there. As we're eating the snacks, I'm making these comments like, what's going on with these things today? Things are just off. And you know, at that particular moment, even if you'd eat maybe knickknacks every day, once you lose your sense of taste, you can't even remember how it tastes like, how anything tastes like. You can't paint a picture around it. So the more I keep making these comments, she's there like, hi, dude, wait here, I'm coming back. She goes, she gets, there's some smelly flour around the place. I hated it. So she picks this flour and she comes to the flour and she says, smell this. I'm like, it's so strange today. It doesn't even stink. I wonder what happened. I'm so grateful for it. And then she takes like a couple of steps back and looks at me and says, boy, I think COVID. I'm like, what do you mean? And then she recalls everything I've been saying. She says, your cologne, the food, the snacks, the flour. Dude, you can't smell the flour. This thing stinks. Now and then I'm worried, like, oh no, no, there's no way. I can't have COVID. I can't go home and tell them I have COVID. You understand? I'm not trying to go and be what did they call this thing? Admitted? What? And be on quarantine. There's no way. I'm not trying to be away from home. I know zero. I'm not in that way. I mean, we all want to go somewhere, but no one wants to go to quarantine. So we sit there and then she's like, so dude, what you gonna do? I'm like, I really don't know. But because I'm not much of a talker when it comes to some things or personal things at home, so I just decided on my own that no, I'm gonna work in this. I mean, a lot of people have gone through it, you understand? I'm not the first one, so I have a lot of people I can ask. I go to my social media, I go to my Facebook, I post on a group, I'm like, guys, if you can't smell, if you can't taste, what do you do? People are there with their recipes. Buy carbonate of water, buy of soda with lemon. Others, burn. I mean, put a nachi in a microwave and eat it hot. Your taste will come back. Eucalyptus oil. Da, 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 da. There's just so many recipes going around. I'm standing there thinking to myself, I don't really have much money for all these things that are telling me to buy. So I went for cheaper options, but cheaper options I knew would work. So I told myself, I'm going to get myself some garlic, some wholes, the black ones, the black menthol whole, yeah. Garlic, wholes, what's that thing? Ginger, yes, and lemon, and red lemon. Oh, all these funny things, I'll just mix them together and drink them up quickly. Oh, I also told myself that no, another thing that's going to boost my immune system is boiling guava leaves because they're known for being healthy. They have like over 10 good things about them. So anyway, I get the wholes, lemons, that day, I go home. So as I'm in the house, I sit in the bedroom, my bed by myself. But the problem is I share my bedroom. And there are kids in the house. And these kids want to play with me. So I'm thinking, dude, what am I going to do? What am I going to do about this? It hits me. No. Tomorrow morning, go get those guava leaves. Because how are you going to explain sitting in the bedroom when everyone else is that side? I mean, come on, let's be realistic. So yeah, I'm like, yes, first thing in the morning, I'm out. But now, let's first get over the night. How do I just separate myself from everyone? I'm like, perfect. Headache. I'm going to say I have a headache. But again, I don't believe I have this thing instead. Because in my mind, I understood that if I put it in my conscience that I have COVID-19, then I start seeing these funny other symptoms and I start getting sick and I'll have to go to the hospital and I'll probably die. And I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Not now anyway. So I'm thinking to myself, So anyway, my aunt calls me for supper. She tells me, hey, dude, go find something to eat. Eat, then maybe you can sleep. Take your headache tablets, that's fine. I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm always hungry. So I go, I get food, I prepare my food. But now here's what almost got me caught. There was beetroot in the fridge. I love beetroot salad. The one with mayonnaise? Yes, I love beetroot salad. But my question was, it's been in the fridge for way too long now. But because we have so many of these beetroots sitting there, I thought maybe they've cooked fresh beetroot, right? So I take this beetroot out of the fridge, I open it, and I'm like, wow, it's still so much of it. I'm like, perfect stuff. I'm going to have this thing, I'm going to enjoy it. But now, I leave this thing open. My phone rings, so I rush to get my phone. When I'm on my phone, I come back, I push this thing next to my plate. I'm on the phone though. My cousin comes in and then she's like, yo, what's this thing that's smelling? Oh my God. I look at her like, I'm on the phone, so I don't really answer her. I keep talking, but now, at the back of my mind, I'm like, hi, what is it that I'm probably missing? Anyway, let me continue to my phone. I'll hear what it is, then I'll comment later, let's just act like I was too distracted on my call. That's fine. So she discovers that it's the beetroot. She's like, ah, man, this thing has been here for over a week now and it smells so bad. And I'm thinking to myself, I almost got sick now from a running stomach from beetroot. Hi, guys. Deep down, she saved me. She saved me. So now I have to make a comment, about it, because I can't just pretend like I was about to eat this thing. And I was probably going to enjoy it. And I was probably not even going to get sick. Because in my mind, it's fresh, right? I mean, yeah. Anyway, I just make a vow that, tomorrow morning, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm leaving the house. I am going to get these guava leaves, and the only place where I can get them is that mountain. Because there are no guava trees around, like close by, everything. So I have to go to them, and I've seen them. They're always there a lot. Get myself a plastic. It's morning time. I get the plastic, put on my shoes, I change into home clothes. No, not the ones I was sleeping with. Yeah. Anyway, I go to the mountain. So as I'm on this mountain, I'm picking the leaves. There are these particular ones I didn't like. So I'm like, let me swap. Let me go to the other place where they actually look so nice and green and fresh and COVID killer kind of guava leaves, eh? I go. As I'm picking these leaves, I was not wearing shoes I normally wear when I leave the house. I was wearing Crocs. Crocs are rubbery. The mountain is full of rocks. As I move my foot, the Crocs kind of like stick or got stuck on the rock, so it's rubbery. I sprained my foot and I fell. And now I have a bigger problem. I can't go back home. I'm in pain. There's no one to call. There's no one saw me. Anyway, that's fine, that's cool. I decide, I'm gonna hop home. I'm definitely hopping home. My mom was in a radius of like 10 to 15 meters away from where I was. But I couldn't call her because at the back of my mind, I don't want her to catch COVID. My mom is grown now, so, she's over 60, and when these things came out, they're like, if you're over 60, more chances of getting this thing, and, they get sick easily. Anyway, I'm like, I'm definitely hopping home. Every time I try to put my foot down, I know it's bad. Normally from the mountain to where I live is like 20 minutes max. Depends on how fast I'm walking. 20 minutes max. It took me an hour, 30 minutes to get home that day with my leaves. I was not leaving them. What? I'm trying to get better. Anyway, hopped home, got home. Now I'm evading because there are people in the house. Remember, no one's going anywhere. So the only person who normally leave the house was my aunt and my mom. My cousins, the kids, everyone's home. So I'm trying to evade people, boil the leaves, drinking them hot, drink the green from the leaves. It was so green. It was so COVID killer. Yeah, with my garlic and what I put everything together because I'm trying to kill this thing. And now everyone's curious, like, dude, what's going on with you? Like, I'm like, nah, man, hey, you may never know with this thing, eh? Because it just in the air. Like, you don't know where it is. Not just, you say hi to a person, you contract this thing. Because, we were all ignorant. Most of us are ignorant when it came to masks. So you understand? Like, I'm trying to breathe, guys. Like, I'm home, there are no cops. Like seat belts? Like, cops. Masks. Cops. Exactly. So I sprained my foot now. I'm like, perfect plan. Now I have a reason to isolate myself from everyone. My foot. How will I walk? Can't even go to the toilet. I'm hopping to the toilet. So what's the point of hopping to the sitting room or hopping to the kitchen or hopping anywhere? My sprained leg saved me. My foot, not leg. My sprained foot saved me. Yes. And I really thank God that it did. And if my family is watching this episode, please do understand, guys. I'm really sorry. I really didn't want to freak you guys out. I thought maybe if I kept it to myself, no one else is gonna get sick. Because the problem is the mind. The mind is something else. If I come and say I have a running stomach, if you believe that sitting on a toilet where I sat with my running stomach, you're going to pick it up, you automatically have a running stomach because why? You created it. So I didn't want these people to have corona. Even I didn't have corona. I just had symptoms. I didn't have corona. What's corona? Where does it even come from? Anyway, that's not the point. So that is how I had corona, and that is how my sprained foot saved me because it kept me isolated the whole time until I got better. The corona finished before even my foot um, was properly healed because it took me almost 2 months. That I badly sprained my foot, but I don't know why I never went to hospital. Maybe it's because I thought I had the corona. I thought maybe they're gonna test me and find this thing positive, and then they're gonna take me away. I didn't want to go away. No one wanted to go away. You probably don't want to go away. You probably even have a story like mine. But that's not the case. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this story time. Until we meet again on the next one.